to Surviving the Slowdown. We're coming to you from lovely Kolkata. Yes, it's humid and sultry, a bit like the economy itself. On the backdrop of Victoria, this is the ITC headquarters at Virginia House. And my special guest today, who begins the entire consumption episode, is Vaisi Deveshwar of ITC. Consumption is the hallmark of India's growth story. But high interest rates and inflation are beginning to hurt this mascot of growth. An economic low in the country's mood and sentiment is impacting urban purchasing power and dumbing down a desire to shop. Companies like Unilever, ITC, Godrej and Marico are then looking to a more robust rural India to boost growth. In the short term, all eyes are on monsoon rains to trigger some serious demand. A rate cut by the RBI will also help create more purchasing power. Demand for policy reform is universal in order to lift general sentiment across the country. We start our journey to meet the slowdown survivors of the FMCG sector in Kolkata, a state reflective of India's low consumer sentiment as West Bengal struggles with high debt and low growth. Here is based one of India's top consumer companies at the Virginia House, the headquarters of ITC. We meet Vaisi Deveshwar, the eternal optimist who has 25,000 crores of expansion under progress and a strong belief in the power of the Indian consumer. Gives me great pleasure to introduce Vaisi Deveshwar here in his very own city, Kolkata. Thank you very much for being with us, sir. Surviving the slowdown, the big theme on our show. And the question I want to ask you is that, is it time corporate India says, hell, we're going to deal with this slowdown because we can?
Yes, definitely we can. I think what we need to do is to invest more money and invest into the future. I think the long-term story, I'm very optimistic about it.
Okay.
I think this is, in my view, a blip. It's a cyclical downturn. I hope that we've touched the bottom and we will grow. After all, the Indian demographic dividend is just not something that is imaginary. But it's not that something that will happen by itself.
Yeah.
We need to, of course, work at it so that this demographic advantage converts itself into a dividend and not a disaster.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, as a consumer company, what is your own sense about where the growth of consumer goods is going? Because clearly that's a space which tends to survive a slowdown by the nature of its own goods. You know, they're basic commodities most of the time, and people don't tend to give up purchasing them in a slowdown. Are you witnessing a growth, or is it becoming a plateaued story?
No, I think there is value growth is continuing, although a little bit moderated, but volumes have come down. But there is another feature of the fast-moving consumer goods story, and that is that people are upgrading.
Yeah.
So
to higher value and higher margin products.
Higher value products.
Yeah. You know, as we are at the headquarters, at this amazing backdrop of the Victoria, what's very interesting for me to ask you today, when you look at a vantage point, which businesses of ITC do you see growing in a slowdown?
Actually, depends on strategy, country strategy and business strategy.
What's yours?
When depreciation of the rupee takes place, India becomes a much cheaper destination for people to travel to. So as a matter of fact, it should be very good for a tourism business.
So you're saying
but it will take a little while before this gets translated to more people wanting to come to India. But this won't happen by itself. We need to market India.
Is ITC then riding the rupee more than it is getting impacted by it?
Well, you always want to, convert a threat into an opportunity. So if the depreciation of the rupee takes place, this is what the portfolio is all about. So our agri-exports business should benefit from it.
Yeah.
So our exports businesses will benefit, our tourism business should benefit from this. But our imports of capital goods will make it more expensive.
Yeah, indeed, but that's a natural equation. Yes,
it's a mixed bag.
Indeed so. How much of this sentiments that you just talked about, we need to market India. Do you think we've paused that activity? India is not marketing itself well enough and not substantiating it.
At the moment, we are engaged in blame game, and we're engaged in scoring sort of brownie points against each other. I think we need to rise as one person, because the adversity that has struck Indian economy is everybody's problem, and we need to rise as one person to be able to deal with it.
In that, who would you put the onus on to take the first step?
On everybody. I told you, at the state level, there are states that are performing much better than the other states.
Yeah.
And at company level, at central level, at different ministries level. So everybody.
But that's
NGOs.
That's where I want to come to.
Media. Yeah, media.
It's easy to put the gun on my shoulder.
No, it's not a gun. But you should give more positive stories, because it's a matter of sentiment. It's a matter of sustaining confidence.
If sentiment is on a low, how can one create a positive story when the story actually is under a bit of threat?
No, you're creating one by talking to me.
By talking to you. Fair enough. Do you think you need a change in leadership in the country? Is that something that bothers you as a conglomerate head?
I am not concerned with the political leadership. I am more concerned with what can we do as a corporate entity to contribute to our society. I think that would be a fairer question to ask of me.
So let's ask you that question. Now, today, there's so much criticism about the finance minister. There's talk about whether he could be headed for the presidential race and so on and so forth. You would want the current so-called, once upon a time, dream team to stay?
I think he's a very capable finance minister.
Yeah.
He's very calm and collected in adversity. He exudes confidence. I think he's good for the economy.
So what will do to sort of bring the confidence of consumers back into shape? Would a rate cut be that mood changer?
But rate cut is also, it is. I think it's important, because all the imported inflation cannot be dealt with by rate hikes.
Right.
So we need to handle it also from the supply side, and also in making money a little more affordable for investment.
Which means that our focus on inflation might be a bit overdone. You think needs to go back to the focus on growth?
But that is what it is. In a globalized world, each of the participants do not have all the instruments to be able to create the orchestra.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. That's how our fortunes are tied to the global economy.
And we are therefore singing out of tune right now.
At the moment, yes. We are bearing the consequences of what's happening elsewhere in the world. At the end of the day, why money should not, there is, at the moment, volatility in the way money flows in and out, is because of, the lack of confidence.
Lack of confidence. Final question today. What is the worst you're catering for as a company head?
Well, let me tell you, even a 6.5% rate of growth is not a bad one in the current global economic situation. But of course, our aspiration to be a double-digit growth economy is there, and we should aim for it.